One Pride, what's going on? It's your boy, T. Back at it again with another episode of Talking with T. Let's get into it. Let's get after it, man. On this channel, we talk about Detroit sports and we chase down the best version of ourselves. If that interests you, do me a favor and hit that like button and hit that subscribe button. It really helps the channel grow and get in the algorithm. And I really appreciate you for taking the time of your day to rock with me, T. So let's dive right into the video. On today's episode, we're going to be going over the Detroit Lions' initial 53-man roster, my breakdown from it, and what I think it means for the team moving forward. So let's dive into my first point about the backup quarterback position. Last night, we're going into Hard Knocks episode 4. On the broadcast in the Steelers game the other day, Charles Davis says, usually the team knows their backup quarterback going into week 3, and this is a battle between David Blau and Tim Boyle for the backup quarterback position, man. And they both struggled. I'm very disappointed in Tim Boyle. Not his effort, not saying he didn't give it his all to try to make the team, but when we signed him last year coming from Green Bay fans, you saw on the internet, they were all a little upset that they got let just Tim Boyle walk. But here's my whole thing about players that get let go or players that walk. The good franchises, the good franchises or the very well-run front offices, they let players walk, and they usually turn out correct. Tim Boyle, Green Bay is a great organization. We all know this. They beat up on us every year. They got the Lombardi Trophy named after one of their head coaches. Green Bay is a successful franchise. I can't stand Green Bay, but they're a successful franchise. They let Tim Boyle walk. This is why I'm so disappointed in it, because it seems like the Lions are always just feeding off scraps, feeding off what could have been. But now we got Nate Sudfield here. We'll see what Nate Sudfield could do, because we signed him this morning. We cut David Blau. David Blau last night made the initial 53-man roster, but this morning he got cut. He was like the star of Hard Knocks last night, but it is what it is. Nate Sudfield is a solidified backup quarterback. He gets the job done. I'm excited. Not excited. I gotta stop saying I'm excited for a backup quarterback position, but I'm glad we got this backup quarterback position figured out. Nate Sudfield's a decent backup. I'll keep him here while we can. What a huge disappointment, in my opinion, that Jarrad Davis has been his whole career. And it just goes to show that Bob Quinn never needs to have another front office job or doesn't need another job evaluating talent in the NFL. Because Jarrad Davis was a first-round pick selected by Bob Quinn. And it just goes to show how much of a numbnuts of that Bob Quinn was, man. Jarrad Davis, when he was here with Matt Patricia, was running like his head was cut off. Went to the Jets last year. I don't know how he really did on the Jets, but the Lions re-signed him here because we needed some help with the linebackers. Some of the linebackers we signed or some of the linebackers we drafted stepped up. So Jarrad Davis is out the door. It was just a one-year contract. But, man, how disappointing does it have to be from a former first-round pick to come back to your former team, new energy, new culture in the building, and you get cut? It's just a disappointing, because Jarrad Davis is a good athlete. He's fast. He's all over the field, but he can never make the tackle. He's always arm tackling. And it's just God, you were our first pick, man. And I remember I wanted Reuben Foster, but he's no longer in the league either when we drafted Jarrad Davis. We needed a linebacker, and I'm sure there's linebackers that got drafted after Jarrad Davis and Reuben Foster that are having more success in their career right now in the NFL. It's just so disappointing, and I'm just wow, that was such a waste of a pick when we could have had somebody else, I'm sure. That's just how it always goes with the Detroit Lions. They pick Eric Ebron when we could have had Aaron Donald. They pick so-and-so when we could have had this player. It just always goes with Detroit, but I guess you could say that with a lot of teams. But now that was the past. We got Brad Holmes here. He's doing a really good job. And I'm surprised, the surprise cuts I had, and it's got to be so hard for Brad Holmes and Dan Campbell when they had to cut A.J. Parker. A.J. Parker was our starting nickel corner last year. We brought more talent in, which is a good thing that now that it's hard decisions to cut. I feel bad for Dan Campbell. I feel bad for Brad Holmes. You could tell they care about all their players that they had in there. You could tell they were feeling so bad. I'm sure they felt bad about A.J. Parker because he was a huge contributor last year, just huge. And then Justin Jackson, that's who I was surprised because he kicked ass in preseason when we brought him here. But I'm sure if he clears waivers, he's going to be here on our practice squad. Same with A.J. Parker, but I'm sure A.J. Parker is going to get picked up on waivers. I wonder if the Lions are going to pick anything up on waivers. We are second on the waiver wire. But to me, we need more linebackers. We may need some more. I don't know where a really big position I need besides that backup quarterback position last night to go after on the waivers, man. Our offensive line's looking solid. We kept 9 of them. That's perfect. We got 5 starters. not 4 guys that I'm confident if we put them in, they can do just as good. Offensive line's looking good. Defensive line's looking good. The defense has really been stepping up, man. I'm really excited to watch this defense. And like Dan Campbell said in the Hard Knocks episode last night, I think we got a defense because the defense was put in some bad positions thanks to Tim Boyle and David Blau. On Sunday against Pittsburgh Steelers against their starters, and our starters looked really decent. We forced 3 and outs. We only held them to field goals. Jeff Okudah looked really good. Aiden Hutchinson and Charles Harris looked really good. And this is going to be a huge test for them against the Eagles week 1, man. The Eagles have a hell of a front 7. And this is really where I'm going to be able to tell how good the Lions are going to be this year. Because if we get blown out, it's going to be the same old situation as last year, same old Lions. But if we keep it close, I'm not really expecting us to win against the Eagles week 1. I would love for it to happen. But the Eagles defense, James Bradbury, Darius Slay, they just traded for Chauncey Gardner-Johnson yesterday. They got Nakobe Dean, what's the other? Davis from the Georgia Bulldogs. Their defense is going to be solid. Their offense, I'm not really worried about it. Jalen Hurts, we'll see how that goes. But it's going to be a huge test, and this is really going to show us how good our offense actually is, how good Ben Johnson actually is, because last night in Hard Knocks, Ben Johnson was getting a ton of praise from Amon-Ra St. Brown and from all his players, man, because Ben Johnson seems to be like a genius out there too, Amon-Ra St. Brown. That's what he said in the episode last night. You're a genius, Ben Johnson. So we'll see how good this offense goes, man. If we can run the ball, which I really believe we are going to be able to do against the Philadelphia Eagles, we have a good chance of winning that game. But we'll get into the game plan next week and how we're going to attack the Philadelphia Eagles, from my opinion. So I'll see you guys next week. Maybe at the end of this week we'll make some more videos, but we'll see you guys. Thank you for tuning in. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you guys thought below. Love you guys. See you guys in the next one.